mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guy. With flipping ain't easy by your side.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry about the delay between a sneezing fit that I just had, like literally before we went on, and the fact that we actually thought we were live for a few minutes. Like, how come no one's responding to us? So hopefully you guys had a good weekend, and those of you who are members got a chance to see the video that I put out earlier today for at least a little bit of my trip to California. Spent some time with my son, my buddy Tim. We played some golf and all that. So it was a very fast time away. You know, it's like everything was a little bit. There was no R&R. Just boom, 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 do. Volume again. This is ridiculous. Hold on. That's not that volume. Bear with me, guys. See, I was scrambling around to get this done here. What the hell? It's not in the same spot now. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. What happened?
Right there.
Wow, 43. Can you guys hear me now? No, that's not. That's the actual volume. Hold on. Okay, there it is. All right, there we are. I don't know why. I mean, this is weird. It just changes on its own. I don't know why Windows does this, but hopefully that is better. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Gosh, I hate when that happens. Can you hear me? If not, we'll just start the live again. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you know, I'm scrambling around. Literally 20 minutes ago, I came back from dropping off packages and stuff. So eBay is first, YouTube is second, always will be, and I guess I shouldn't apologize. That's just the way it is. So I apologize to making you guys wait and frustrating you at the volume. But I just got back from Southern California. For those of you guys who couldn't hear me, I put out a video for the members earlier today, and that was kind of a fun video that I put together. So hopefully you guys, if you're members, you can guys go and check that out. I was wrong, guys, and that's kind of the thing. I think sometimes you come to conclusions, you draw conclusions based on data. You don't have concrete evidence on things work. You got to kind of look at the numbers and kind of look at how things all shake down and transpire, and then you form your own conclusions. And sometimes those conclusions aren't correct. Sometimes you know, you get laughed at, like I got laughed at by some people, but sometimes it's like it happens too often to be a coincidence. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about my geolocation theory. We had great sales this weekend. Really another solid weekend of sales with $1,000 day, and that's pretty solid for us. How could that be? I went to California, right? I still have same day handling on my items, so how could I have possibly even had, you know, even an average sales day if that was correct? So I was wrong, and I'll be the first to admit it. You know, I don't know if this will be the last time I'll ever form a conclusion, but I really think sometimes as entrepreneurs, you have to look at what's happening with your business, and you have to form a conclusion sometimes. I see John, Big Grumpy John, is in the chat, and I think he can tell you, you know, if you're running your business with just blindfolds on and not analyzing the data, that's probably one of the worst things that you can do, because how do you know how you're doing with your sales if you aren't paying attention to trends? You know, what's selling, what isn't, what behaviors, you know, do you make within your business that's helping or hurting your business? So if we're looking at the numbers, here are the numbers. Now, Friday wasn't so great, so that was the first in my mind. I'm thinking, okay, here we go again, geolocation problems, because we have had nothing but good days before that. Saturday, 1,069, Sunday, 788, and today we're at 719. So we have another message from a buyer that I've been talking to before the show, but I don't have time to talk to them right now, of course. But solid numbers, solid sales. I'm having an issue where I'm actually fighting with eBay right now, in the sense that I'm trying to keep my account over 300 items, and they keep pulling me down. And I had items scheduled to launch over the weekend, which they did. That's how strong sales are. It's outperforming my listing. So, with this week having some medical stuff going on, I'm going to have to just scramble tonight and tomorrow and really try to make up for the time I won't be available to my business on Wednesday and some part on Thursday. So we'll see how all that shakes out. As far as year over year, and we normally go over this stuff, so let's just do it. You guys see from January 1 through August 4th, we're at 85,873 in sales. We're up 5.7%. We were almost even about a month and a half ago with the sales as compared to last year. So we've really had a strong, solid month as compared to normal. 1,099 items sold. That's down, but that was down in the double digits, if you guys remember. So we're almost catching last year's numbers. And of course, we're up 11.1% in ASP. Now, let me ask you guys something. It's something I wanted to ask you guys. And this, watching Primo's show earlier today, kind of made me think, is this even something you guys want to see? Well, as far as like how we're doing year over year as compared to last year. We've been doing it every episode. And I do it for a number of reasons. Number one, I want you guys to know that what I'm doing is working for me. And I want to lend credibility to the information that I'm sharing with you guys. But I don't want it at the same time to come off as, what do they call it? Braggadocious, or bragging on, the things that, we're doing, and ha, we're getting sales, and, you're not. I hear a lot of people are getting good sales, and that's awesome. The whole idea behind this community is to encourage each other to try to increase their sales. And if there's one tidbit I can share that I'm doing that might be able to help somebody out there, then awesome. And someone might say, well, why do you care if you're helping? eBay seems to be the only place on earth where you can help your competition, and it's not necessarily going to hurt you. People want to know why we get on here on YouTube and share that information, and there's such a small percentage of resellers who actually pay attention to this stuff anyway. Most people are on eBay Island, so hopefully, I'd like to know. Maybe I'll put a little poll out for you guys to see how you guys feel about it. But let's see who's with us today. We have Pitco and Brenda are fighting over first. Oops, it didn't. Hold on real quick. This is what happens when you are rushing to get ready for a broadcast. I literally had to take my stuff into to FedEx today, and it took a little longer than I thought. So hopefully that's going to be resolved where we get that pickup again and get our rates back that we had. And they said that they were going to do that, so we'll find out tomorrow. But here we go. We have Keith and Brenda fighting it out amongst each other for first. I'm going to give it to Brenda because she doesn't have as many firsts. So Keith, you can get the next first. Keith says, hi, John and Jenna and the FA crew. Nice to see you. And our weekend was great. How was your weekend? You haven't said anything about your weekend.
It was very boring and very quiet, which I don't mind.
The eye doctor said that my eyes are very dry. It's causing the redness, and otherwise they're healthy. They did this retinal scan instead of giving me all the drops and stuff like they used to give you, where you had to have someone drive you. Dilating. There's a machine that they make you pay a little bit extra to actually be tested on, but it really gets in the back of your eye, and he was going over that with me. So we have a game plan to try to attack the dryness, and we'll see. We'll just see what happens with it. Brenda says, happy Monday, everyone. Nice to see you, Brenda. And sales have slowed down for Brenda. I've done well up to this month. School starts last week of August for us. So hopefully, I'm not sure what you're selling, but a lot of people are reporting a lot of good sales. Now, I don't know if it's because of increased volume. We've always said, hey, whatever you have sitting in your death pile, it ain't going to sell to nobody if you don't have it listed. So these tools that are popping up out of nowhere are helping people get that accomplished. Keith says, we're having some postage issues at the moment in the UK and GSP issues here. There are around 40 countries missing of the GSP list. Everyone seems to be having same issues in the UK.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
I hope they fix that fast.
And so you guys still have global shipping program issue or the program there in the UK. Mike Mecco says, hi, John, Jenna, and FAE family. How's everyone? So this is my last live show before I come to Vegas on Wednesday. Getting excited for the eBay Open and the meetup right after. Mm-hmm. So looking forward to seeing you, Mike. Just won't be on Wednesday. So we've got to figure out when to get together well before eBay Open. And ASD is in town right now. I know that. But really, I'm like, this might be the first time I don't go. It's tomorrow would be the only day I could go. And well, I suppose that if you're a reseller, there's always an opportunity to meet somebody who can open up new doors for you. But we've been, 5 years now going to ASD? Mm-hmm. And really, other than buying CBD on Wednesday when they do the cash and carry, it's really hasn't yielded any.
What we found out from John is that they do have a cash and carry room,
yes,
convention room that starts on the first day.
Right.
I would like to go to that, but that's only if we're like buying Christmas gifts.
Yeah, it's just a matter of timing. Am I going to have enough time to even think about it?
I don't know. I think we're going to have to sit this one out because you're going to be predisposed.
You know, and I even messaged Tom from Liquidation Motivation. He's always there. He's, like, hey, I met up with him a couple times before, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that either. Brenda Smith says, I feel sellers of clothes, backpacks, and shoes might be selling more right now. You're right. Mm-hmm. This is historically the time where people start buying the winter clothes, for school and for the kids. And shoes do fairly well this time of year coming up, like end of August into like October. Just like in the April into May usually do well. People buying summer clothes and summer shoes and things like that. Changing of seasons will usually do that. Mike Mecco says, I've been diligent about drafting extra listings on my 2-week stay. Don't want to lose any momentum on my sales. We'll probably have a store-wide markdown sale to help during the time away mode. Yeah. But you've had experience in being time away. And that's just it. You got to draw conclusions from the limited data that you have. What worked for you the first time? And so the second time, what changed? Why didn't you get as many sales? Because I think the second time you came out here, Mike, your sales didn't do so hot as compared to the first time. You still got sales. So you're constantly learning about that process. And while everyone out there may think, just vacation or going away, but it is a process. It's still a process within your business that you need to figure out. And once you have that down, then things are going to be a lot easier. So maybe the markdown sale will help, but make sure you're taking notes as to what works and what doesn't. Let's see. Mike says possibly, I think there's some back and forth here. For live. Yeah. As far as going on the live, you're always welcome over here. Definitely see us on my live stream for the meetup, and hopefully I get him to do a live whatnot auction like we did last year. It's just a matter of getting the stuff. So let's go to a yard sale.
We have stuff that I could pull right out of that bin.
Are you talking about those shoes?
Well, whatever is in that bin. There's I think two bins.
There's shoes and stuff.
That could go.
There's 2 bins that probably could go. We'll see. Mike says the meetup live stream will be on Friday, August 15th, and I think 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific time as the dinner starts at 6 p.m. I know that this real late for you, Keith. Sorry, man. We got to get you to move to the U.S. Yeah. But you know what? From what I understand, Keith is in the UK, and he stays up late. So, 3 a.m. in the morning is nothing for him. A lot of side talk. But Pitco says, Grant Horvat, he spent his formative years in Stuart, Florida. I've been to Stuart, Florida. After moving there as a teen to pursue his golf career, coached notably by his former PGA pro Steve Horvat. And that just proves to me, you watch the video, the members only video. We have like 75 members, so go check it out. It's a video of me and my buddy playing golf against each other, about a 15-20 minute watch, but I think it's somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, just a hint. Tim has a way with words.
Yeah. Sutter's Mill says, good evening, everyone. Nice to see you, Sutter's Mill. Callie Debs is with us. Nice to see you, Callie Debs. Copper Cat says, hello from Arkansas. Got 3 sales last Friday from one click of the like button. Yay. That's awesome. I mean, we don't... Whoa, that's
Sorry.
wow, killing me here.
That are,
Gail Carlson says, hello, John, Jen, and all you flippers out there. Nice to see you, Gail. We got Flip It Good. Nice to see you, Flip It Good. And Ping G is with us.
Hello, Ping.
And someone, and I didn't see this, but I think...
And hi, Joe Samard.
Yes, hello.
Because you did skip right over his name.
I did, but look at Keith says, how's the eye, John?
Oh.
Well, it's a little red.
Open it.
What? What are you playing with my eyes for? They're already irritated enough. They don't need to be irritated at you.
What else is new?
No, but thank you so much for the super chat. We have Glenn Cameron says, new member. Thank you, Glenn.
Yay,
nice to see you.
Thank you.
And we have quite a few members, and we put out content. The plan for tomorrow, I'm going to try really hard to do a members only live tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Like a 75% chance that it happens. So unless something comes up where I can't make it, you good there? You look at the calendar and everything, right? So yeah, so that's the goal, is to try to do the... Yeah, you're not gonna be here? Well, that's fine. But I usually just me doing the lives anyway on the members only. So it's one where we get together and we talk about best practices and stuff. So thank you again for being a member, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow. Kevin Hawthorne's with us. Says, good evening. And Time to Sell Collectibles says, it's Monday. Hello, John, Jenna, and FA Live. Had my sale at 4 o'clock. So there you go. But don't be limited to just that one sale. Let's get another one. Joe Samard says, hello, John, Jenna, and FA family. Nice to see you, Joe. Yeah, sorry about the wait on that, guys, and the sound and all that stuff. We can skip through that. But Henri Squaw says, howdy, John, Jen, and chat. Just trying to breathe through the frustration over here. Now, I do believe you had
Why are you frustrated?
Here's the news. I did get a message. I believe it was Henri Squaw. But there is a... Yes, it is. It was. So the question was, is there a problem? Is there a glitch? So I asked eBay or Grok. Someone alerted me to an eBay glitch or error where the seller is making a change to their listing and are being charged an insertion fee, even though they have available free listings and have a store. They are reporting an error, alert 16099. Are you able to check any reports of this happening to others online? And according to AI, yes, based on recent online reports, this appears to be a known and reoccurring glitch affecting eBay sellers, where insertion fees are incorrectly charged for revising or editing existing listings. Even when free listings are available through the store subscription, the error code alert 16099 has been specifically referenced in connection with this issue. So, for instance, as of today, August 4th, eBay community staff have acknowledged that sellers are being incorrectly charged these fees on revisions, and affected users are advised to contact support while referencing alert 16099. Now, who's going to contact support over a 25-cent insertion fee? I don't know. That seems, if you're going to be doing a lot of, I guess, revisions maybe, but and maybe they're counting on you not wanting to call and get somebody on the phone. An article published just 44 minutes ago, this is at the time of the live, because I was asking Grok right before we went live, details this overbilling glitch, noting the exact alert message. Insertion fee is charged for revising the listings, though the seller has free listings left on their account. Alert 16099. Similar complaints have surfaced on eBay's community forums and other platforms over the last few days and years, often describing charges for edits or bulk revisions despite unused free listings. So this looks like it's an ongoing glitch and it's just now affecting you maybe. But the problem is, if it's been going on for years, how many sellers didn't notice it? How many sellers didn't want to bother with it? So here's my conspiracy hat again. Is this a way for eBay to get extra fees? I don't necessarily think they're that nefarious, and it's not just me saying that because I don't want to be sat behind the potted bush in the conference hall at eBay Open. I think that it just happens, and you got to be on top of it. If it's going to be if the juice is worth the squeeze, then call and get that fixed. But if not, then just move on. Jovial says, hey, FA fam, anyone else having issues with YouTube today? No, not really. Do you?
We did when we went to start.
That
was
that was not a YouTube thing.
Oh.
That was
a John
That was
thing?
OBS. No, this is OBS Studio. It's an OBS Studio thing that we actually clicked on go live, and it's like, why isn't anything happening here? Todd says, Spam, my big smile friends. And Spam is here with us. Nice to see you guys. Spam and Primo, nice to see you. Biff says, mic up. Yep, we got the mic up. How are your eyeballs? Hopefully you guys can see that they're okay right now. But they need... I got this compress thing that I put on my face after you heat it up. And it'll hopefully open up my pores and my eyelids to get the whole dry eye thing fixed. Let's see. Okay, a lot of people saying. John says, now we can add this to the list of things you do wrong. LOL. Rad Relics is with us. Nice to see you guys. David Pentland from Scotland says, hey, John, Jen, and FA people. Sales are strong over here. It's been a struggle lately, but I rejoice that it's okay just now. That's good. But you're getting sales. So let's keep doing what you're doing well. And, we had a discussion with Beard. I had a discussion with him on the Profit Playbook podcast. Don't know if you saw it over the weekend. But John, Big Grumpy John, and I don't know why I say Big John, because he's about my size. So Grumpy John. What? What are you laughing at?
I just caught on to what you were saying.
Grumpy John.
You added big for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why, but Grumpy John had told him, you need to focus on your core. And we were talking about that, and I said, but you got to think about that, Beard. What does that mean? You're doing a lot of things, so you're on to the next and biggest, greatest thing that comes up. And I think you need to focus, and sellers really need to focus on what they're doing well. Like 75% of their effort needs to be focused on that thing that they're doing well. And then if, the other 25%, do other things to make you money, because you don't want to have all your eggs in the same basket. And don't allow yourself to get divvied up, or your attention span to be divvied up equally amongst all these different projects. Kind of like what we're doing. The thought in my mind was, we have the two stores. One's really performing well. One's really not performing great. It's doing okay, but nowhere near the main store. Mm-hmm. So what's the first thought that, comes on your mind? It's like, okay, well, maybe I'll devote more time to the second store in hopes that I can build that up. All the while, the extra time you could have spent with the main store where you're really making your money suffers. The performance suffers. So I need to continue to spend 75 to 80% of my time on that main store, and then the other 20%. If I have time, I have time, and if we get sales, we get sales. But the main store that I showed you guys, that's where we're really that's our bread and butter, and we're really making a lot of money. Got Julie Henley with us. Nice to see you. The 40-year-old gamer is with us, helping us with sound check. Andre Squaws have nothing but slow on our accounts. So what are some things that you can do to fix that? And I've been the proponent of, there's always an answer. We may not like the answer, but there's always an answer as to increase our sales. You just got to be willing to explore all the different options. John says, I wonder how many times I have to type one letter and send to beat Pitco. Oh, it's for the little leaderboard.
Leaderboard.
It's a brilliant thing that they've done with this to get engagement. Like people are like, oh, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. All I got to do is type and be involved in the conversation.
What are you winning?
You're winning that crown that people are after. So right now, like time to sell collectibles.
I mean, unless you're gonna pay me.
Time to sell collectibles is number 3 on that
know.
list.
I'm
Samantha says, hi, John, Jen, and FAE. Take your time. Go and get some ice water. Life is first. I appreciate your commitment. Thank you. I feel like this. It's the same reason why I read you guys' comments. Try to read all of them. I do skip through some of the ones that look like sidebar comments or maybe comments that really aren't relevant anymore because I've already covered something. But you took the time to do that. You took the time to put your comments in. I'm going to read it. You took the time to be here, so I'm going to make sure that I make this the best show that I can. And unfortunately, we run into problems, but it's important to me. And it does kind of upset me when I can't deliver that. You know, it's like, oh, no, because that's the goal. John says, know your numbers is top 10 for sure. Yep. Rad Relic says, rich get richer. That be, I think, what eBay is doing. Now, look, there's a report, and I think Grumpy John had talked about this on Beards Live, that, and I haven't seen this report myself, that eBay earlier this year reported that there was an increase in buyers. So that's happening. That's a great thing. It's necessary. It's needed because with the pending influx, and it's already happening, influx of merchandise in some categories, how do you avoid having a race to the bottom? Because that's what happens when you have more supply than demand. You got to get that demand, get those buyers on the platform to buy these things. And I think maybe that could be what we're seeing here. You know, the theory that I just kind of jokingly said on Primo's Live, that maybe eBay has been giving buyers bad information on the listing, like, hey, you're going to get it tomorrow or the next day, because buyers are sending these messages saying, where's my item? And it's like, it's only been a couple days. But in jest, I was saying that, well, maybe eBay is trying to offer more than what we can deliver in an effort to convert a lot of these sales. I don't know. It's just one of those things I put out there. But you never know. I mean, eBay is always looking at ways to try to increase their bottom line through the efforts of the seller. David Pentland says, I'm always assessing the business and my stock versus performance. I even look at what I'm listing and how my mix of listings affect my store. And you should. I've seen it myself. If you have the wrong mix of merchandise in your store, the merchandise that has low conversion, it's going to bring down everything else in your store. I've seen it. I've done it. And if I didn't make that change within my business based on the trends I was seeing, I would still be struggling with sales. I'm confident in that. The stuff in that second store would be bringing down the stuff in the main store. I promise you. Carol C says, hi, Jenna and John. Nice to see you.
Hello, Carol.
40-year-old gamer says, it's always nice for people to be transparent. I mean, I think we're kind of transparent to a fault.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe share too much stuff. Henri Squaw says, seeing how you're doing every once in a while is good. Yeah. And maybe for some people it's just a trip to the beach, right? Sometimes it's just...
no, seeing how you're doing with their numbers.
Oh, okay, for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant the time away and showing the video.
Well,
I mean, it could be a little bit of everything, but...
if we're doing...
Okay.
Seeing how you're doing... Wait, where'd it go? Seeing how you're doing every once in a while is good. That doesn't refer to leaving.
Well, as far as the numbers, though, I just don't want it to come off as being like, okay, here's John again. Okay, we know you're making sales. Okay, you don't need to keep showing us that you're doing good. We get it already. I don't want it to come off that way. So, Todd says, what's wrong with bragging? You do the work. You be proud about it. But the whole point of this is to encourage people. It's, maybe through my success to encourage others that, yes, if someone like me can do it, and Grumpy John's met us a couple times, he can assess this or maybe confirm this. Someone like me can do it, then anyone can. Because I ain't no rocket scientist. I ain't the smartest guy in the room, but
He tries to be.
I try to be a little of everything. but and sometimes
you're-
it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. But
You're good at many things, but not. What is that quote?
the jack of all trades and
Yeah.
the master of none.
Yes.
I hate that. I hate the last part. Why can't we just turn that other part off? Just the jack of all trades. John says, "What is this eBay you speak of? Because you gave up on eBay." John says, "I wonder if I type one letter at a time if I can beat Pitco." Well, it's going to be more productive than you paying 2 cents a hand online poker like you're doing on Beards Live. David says, "I tune in for your experience and the community, so it's not bragging. There's a lot of struggles with resellers in the UK. I soak up experience because the food on my table depends on it." Yes, it's the scoreboard that we're after, the scoreboard of not how many listings we get listed, but how much money we're making from those listings. Biff says, "I don't care about anybody else's numbers. In fact, most YouTubers don't disclose the entire story. I'm not saying this is what you're doing, but the whole trend with gross sales in thumbnails is lame."
Yeah.
It's lame on its face, but it does get people to click and find out, "Oh, well, that's interesting. How do I get to be that too?" Nonetheless, all the while, this person may have made 100,000, but all their expenses, they only made 20% of that, right? So, are you really spamming the chat right now, John? So, right. So it's just about seeing what other people are doing and maybe even saying, look, if I'm at 45 to 50%, and I don't quite have an update on that. The last time I did the numbers, really got it drilled down to like what we're making out of that. Out of that 85,000 we've made so far this year. It's about 45%, and I'll give you guys an update if that number changes a lot. But 45 to 48% is sort of where my numbers have been the last couple of years. What are you doing? You okay?
I'm fine, but if you would look at the picture, you would notice it's blurry.
Well, I'm reading everyone else's comments.
Well, maybe because your eyes are messed up.
David
You can't
Pentland
see
says,
it.
"Pitch keeping number one." The comments there. I mean, Pitco is keeping the number one. The comment. He meant to say Pitco. CW Trading, glad to hear you had a good weekend and hope everything goes well this week. Just had my best month in 15 years plus on eBay. Super pumped and excited to see what the fourth quarter brings. And that's awesome. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going. The Q4 time has
Q4
been
worries me every year.
Q4 has kicked our butt, but we've made some changes. So let's see how those changes actually work out for us. Todd says sales are above average, but not a bunch. That's good to know. Juan says, happy Monday, guys, and happy Monday to you. John says, my sales are at 92.50 so far today in the USA. 874 in Canada seems off a little. I'm not in Vegas. No, you are in Texas somewhere.
I think, when's your house going to be done? When can you move in?
First ASD John's missed in years. I don't think you're missing a whole lot, though, really. Jovial says, holy smoking cigarettes, your selling costs are more than my net sales. Geesh. Yeah, and the selling costs are...
and that's probably...
That's not the entire story, though, because you don't have the cost of goods in there. And that's the thing. If you're relying on just eBay numbers...
What is it trying to focus on? This is going to irritate
Okay,
me.
maybe it's...
There we go.
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Don't ask me if I'm okay.
He keeps spazzing out about the focus here. But yes, eBay's numbers don't really tell the whole story because it says I have $30,000 in selling costs, but that is the eBay fees, promoted listing fees, and shipping, because we do a lot. I mean, like 80% of our shipping labels. Just easier for her to deal with through just through eBay. We get the eBay discount, so we just go ahead and run the labels that way. Biff says, also, as someone who could name all the PGA pros in Happy Gilmore too, if I don't know Grant Horvat, then most of you reselling audience doesn't either. I like the golf content, though. And that's what I told my friend Tim. He's like, talking about Grant Horvat. I said, this is a reselling channel. He's a YouTube golfer.
Oh.
I said, they're not going to know what you're saying.
Some will.
Casey New York says, have you heard that by the middle of 2026, the buyer payment won't be available for payout until the item is delivered? And let's hope that's not where eBay is going with this. Talking about this with, on Spam and Primo's live today. They're talking about how that account was earmarked as a problem where they actually had to wait for the item to be delivered before they got their money, and they were told that's a permanent thing for everything they sell on there.
For where? In the U.S.?
That any sale they make, if they make a sale, they got to wait until.
Are they in the U.S.?
Who? Spam and Primo?
You keep saying they. I don't know who
They
they
is Spam and Primo, and they are in
Okay.
Vermont. They have Vermont tacos. We've talked about this before. The Crazy Life says, "Hi all, nice to see you." The Crazy Life. John says, "I clicked it twice. I want 2 sales." You get a return if you click it twice, because that takes it off. John D says, "Another $1,500 sales day. It keeps right on moving. Hope everyone is doing great too." That's awesome, John. That is awesome. Even though Jen will not do her job. Huh? Okay. Samantha says, "Glad to hear and see your eyes are doing well." Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, they were bad last night.
Yeah, they are going to take, it's going to take a few days for them to calm down still. So, Ping is talking to someone else. Mike G says, "Good evening. Need a good sale." So hit that thumbs up, guys. Pat Rose says, "I got out of the pool for this."
Oh no! Go back to the pool. It's not worth it.
You can always watch this later. Tommy Z says, "Happy Monday, all, and especially my favorite reselling couple." Well, thank you, Tommy Z.
Thank you, Tommy.
Mike Mecco, simple explanation to my up and down sales while away. First time I was prepared with a lot of drafts. Second time not as prepared, and results weren't as good. I learned my lesson, and now I'm ready. But you learn something from it. How many people just set it, forget it, go on vacation, and say, "Okay, I had 10 sales. I'll just ship them out." And okay, next time they had 20 sales. But don't try to read into what the hell happened. Why did I get 10 sales this time? And why did I go the next year go on vacation and got 20? You got to be willing to dive into the numbers and try to understand what's happening with your business. KC New York, Ping G, they've already started rolling it out slowly in the U.S. The woman that work for eBay is in a Facebook group I'm in, and she posted it about that.
You have to go back and read her. Right
What?
there.
It's that.
Where did you hear?
No,
that?
it's the
Probably won't have
it's the comment that we just read already. It's the buyer's payment won't be available for payout till the item's delivered. I just don't know if eBay is going to go there with this, then it's going to drive some people away. But if you consider, and maybe they're trying to be again like Amazon again, if you consider the fact that eBay, and this is the segment where Jenna goes in and drops off her stuff. I don't think our mailman's here, but if you consider that eBay has tried to be like Amazon, and what does Amazon do? Well, let's hope eBay doesn't go full Amazon on this, where you have to accumulate like a pool, like a bank that they put kind of behind the scenes. You get paid every 2 weeks, by the way, as they'll pull money out of that pool. John could probably explain it better than I can, but you don't get paid right away. You don't get paid for the first time for at least a solid month, and then it's every 2 weeks, the payment on file. But all the while they've pulled money out that they use in case you get returns, or if you decide to go south and take off.
Open that.
What is this?
Oh, hold on, he's back. It's the mail guy. Move.
Okay. So they usually come in tandems. The mailman and FedEx came apparently. So I'll put that down until she gets back. Pink says, "I know that new and returning sellers do have payouts held until tracking shows delivered." Yes, new and returning sellers do, but also if you show some strange activity, like Spam and Primo did, then you're put on a permanent list. And I'm wondering if that's maybe phase 1, where they're putting those sellers on a permanent list to see, sort of like a test, to see how it goes. John says, "It's the nut job behind the controls. Stop blaming Jenna. She is perfect." Don't tell her that. Henri Squaw says, "I had a bunch of them change. I think some of them were items I was testing the auto price drop on. They charged the insertion fee when revised. A couple were just items that I had done a revision to." So then you need to call and get that resolved. I just hate the idea of calling for 25 cents or 50 cents. It happened a few times. You got to make sure the juice is worth the squeeze. Now, if you're out working, you have your phone on speaker, and it's not going to interrupt your flow, then call eBay, throw it on speaker, and get someone on that phone. Gail says, I made a sale yesterday for a Bogan 35W amp. Was set at 8% ad fee. They charged me 13%. So you certainly want to get that resolved as well and find out why that is. Amazon seller, mean old Grumpy John. If you actually knew John, you would not think that. He is very adamant about what he knows in business, and he has no problem sharing the stuff that he knows as it pertains to whatever the problem is that's being spoken about. Todd says, Beard turns on a dime with his business. I turn 20 degrees each decade. But I think, look, there's nothing wrong with getting excited. Okay, well, here's in Beard's case, live reselling. That did wonders for some of the things that he was trying to move and clearing out his storage units. But then, here's the AI listing stuff. So it's like, okay, on board with that. And all the while, the focus, your core business, you still need to focus on what has done well. And I don't know enough about what Beard does on a daily basis to know what percentage he spends. But based on that conversation, I think that it may have resonated a little bit with him. JK says, I'm new here. Do you reseller YouTubers really care about sales, or do they just thrift for content and then make most of their money through the YouTube money? JK, I'll tell you right now, we've had a good month with YouTube. We've made $800. So if that's enough to pay your bills or most people's bills, then there it is. It's the YouTubers that get to be solid over 100,000 subscribers, and you don't get paid based on subscribers, it's views. But if you're that high up in subscribers, you probably have some videos that are getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 100,000 plus views, and you can make quite a good chunk of change on that, where there are some YouTubers who've stopped reselling and only buy a little bit here and there so they can actually make content. So for me, I realized my lane, it's not going to be, maybe one day I'll hit 100,000 subs, but our bread and butter has always been and will always be, at least for the foreseeable future, what we do with eBay and reselling. Gail says, eBay rep says it was set at that. I checked before I called them, and on my side on the listing it was 8. Went round and round, but finally got it settled. Let's hope that's not going to be a recurring theme, though, with eBay. It's just, if they're going to have these glitches with insertion fees and promoted listing fees, they need to get it right. Let's see. Pitco says, sales here seem to be good for most UK sellers I've spoken to. That's a really good turnaround, because I remember at the beginning of the year, the folks in the UK were they're dealing with the competition with sellers that have gone to Vinted or the buyers who have gone to Vinted, and a lot of the other changes that have been sort of forced on you guys. And from what I remember, it was really tough. Some of you guys were having a hard time making sales. KC New York says, this is something new about the holding the funds. They're already doing it in the UK, and for some sellers here that have been selling for 20 years are reporting it's happening to them. Well, let's jot that down on the questions list, because we're going to eBay Open next week. And so holding funds, I will put as one of the questions, provided that they even let me in. Brenda says, after 23 years of teaching public schools, that crown is great. It's kind of a cool little incentive to get you to participate. Everything good with the shipping? Another one, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta love returns, but that's a sign that you're making money when you get returns.
Open that package.
I will, but why don't you read some of the comments then?
Has anyone seen Derek? I haven't seen him in a few lives now. Hope he's okay. I hope he is as well. Maybe he's just on vacation or something. Let's hope and pray. Where are we?
Got our channel stickers. Is that What you were expecting?
Yeah. Keith, not seen Paul Rose either. Well, he's probably sleeping, and hopefully he's doing okay.
There it is. The Flippin' Ain't Easy stickers. We're going to have these at eBay Open, giving them out.
John says if his big ass can do it, you can too.
You can do it!
Do what?
A, B, C, D, E.
Okay. Let me get back in there.
Sure.
Duncan says, hit the like for free crickets, cicadas. I missed the start. What is the update with the eyes? Well, you probably are happy to miss the start because we had issues with the volume again. But right now, my eyes are healthy. They just got to rest a little bit. And I'll be good in a little bit of time. SCG Collectibles. Big John, glad you said that I was thinking. JK John. And then Time to Sell says, go JC, go. That's Big John. John says, no, because my wife slapped me and said stop. I can see Lori doing that. I can see Lori doing that to you.
Yes, tell her I said, well, maybe she can hear me. Hi.
Duncan says, Keith the Cricket ate my KFC burger.
Oh,
you guys have some
gosh.
big crickets out there in
You
Australia.
got some, we don't even have a burger on the menu at KFC.
I think that's the chicken sandwich. I think that's what he means.
Oh. Well, a burger is not a chicken sandwich.
SCG Collectibles, I'll take over for you, John. My wife isn't in the room. Oh, jeez. Well, that helps. I guess that helps with the
Oh, look. He spelled
engagement.
my name.
Okay. Jerry and Julie Music just got here. Can you tell me what we've missed so far? Not a whole lot, except that I was wrong. I was wrong about this whole idea that if you are away from your business, that eBay will track. Now, maybe they do. I don't know to what extent, but as far as it affecting your sales in a negative way, well, this time we had a great sales weekend, and I was not here at all. I was in California. So we were doing all the things. We were responding to customer questions. I was on my phone, interacting in a timely manner, making offers to watchers and all that stuff. But aside from that, I was out of pocket, out in California, and as a result, we had probably our second best sales weekend. I think our best sales weekend was last weekend.
Yeah.
And
we had 1,000 on Saturday, and how much on Sunday?
7, but 300 on Friday. So $2,000 weekend.
So that was more than that last weekend.
I don't know about that. It was pretty solid last
Because
weekend.
it was, wasn't it 1,500?
She's going to make me break out the numbers
I'm
again.
going to make
Okay,
you do
so Friday was 1,300 last
Oh.
week, followed by 689,
My bad.
and then followed by
And then
249.
that's the
So that's
Sunday
2,300 roughly versus 306, 1,069, and so it's 2,100 versus 2,300. So a little bit off from last weekend. SCG Collectibles, man, he doesn't understand what not to ask your wife. Just slap
No,
him, Jenna.
He never does.
Biff says, I think percentages are more interesting when it comes to eBay. What percent of sales are promoted? What is the promoted listing rate? What percentage of gross sales goes to eBay? Overall, that's a good question. It's probably proprietary.
I don't want to know what goes to eBay because that'll just make me upset.
Well, if you have programs like My Reseller Genie, and I know you've been updating the cost of goods on that. That's the only thing you have to update on there. It pulls everything in from your eBay account. It'll tell you what your margins are. So we're getting all that updated. We have about 1,700 entries we have to update because we just let it sit for so long. We haven't been on top of it. But as soon as we get that updated, we're going to show you guys. John says it's packed to move on our anniversary Friday. So you guys are going where on your anniversary?
Okay. Packed to move.
Oh,
Packed
move.
to move.
Okay, move into the house.
He's going to
Okay.
move into the house.
SCG
on
Collectibles
Friday.
says,
Happy
hit him, Jenna. My
anniversary.
eyes are closed. Why would you do that? That's
Happy
abusive.
anniversary, John and Lori.
JRKR says, hi there. Great weekend of sales. That's
Hi,
awesome to
Jen.
hear. Awesome to hear. Brenda Smith says, eBay has started notification of delivery on my account already. Not holding payment yet, though. I think if enough people get upset, but I'm going to try to get an answer for everyone at eBay Open. Now let's
What
hope.
happened to your other list You should keep it together.
I will, but you're not supposed to let everyone know how unorganized I am. You're throwing me under the bus here.
Sorry.
Keith says, if you have lots of accounts, sign into them all and hit the like. Yes.
I think this is your list.
Yes. Can I have it? Can I have my list?
No, I was using it.
No, it's my list. You wanted me to keep it together, so there it is. What did we talk about? I have lots of accounts signed in. Yeah, sign in all your accounts and hit the like button. John says, but I am not on eBay. He's not on eBay, so you're going to get a sale on Amazon. I'll just give you an extra sale on Amazon. You won't even know because you get so many. Time to Sell Collectibles says, last 31 days sales, 778, up 125% year over year. Vinyl records have become my new top category. You know, here I am thinking that vinyl was dead. I was talking about, you know what, 2-3 years ago when we had that lot of 500 LPs or whatever it was. I'm like, I don't know, nobody wants this stuff, and it was selling okay, but maybe there's still a group of people who want that that I just kind of assume don't want it anymore. Time to Sell, we talked about that. Christopher Nutter says maybe it's for new sellers or sellers with bad rap sheet. Well, let's find out. If you guys encounter that, if any sellers out there with an account in good standing come across a situation where eBay's changed you to where you're not getting your money right away once the money clears of the bank, it takes about a day or two for that to happen. But if you're not getting your money the way you normally get it and you're now waiting for that package to be delivered, let me know, because I want to kind of get a pulse of what's going on with everyone. Fair Market Flip says, packing, listening to your show. Hope everyone had a good sales weekend. For vacations, we found extending our shipping handling time worked better than actual vacation mode for keeping sales going.
Yes.
I think so, because you don't get that message, that banner at the top of the listing that says, the seller's going to be away till like the end of August. So, I don't know what else it says, but it's a yellow banner that goes to the top of the listing. And that can only hurt conversion rates. So someone's in the listing, they're like, you know what, I want it now, versus they aren't really looking at the listing to see the estimated delivery time, which has your handling figured in. And if you get a sale, just message them and say, hey, just want to remind you, it's still going to arrive when eBay says it's going to arrive, but just know it won't actually show tracking until this date. And most people will be pretty good with that if you're communicating. Steve and SNS Bargain Barn, more time eBay holds our money, more time eBay can invest the money. That's exactly it. Now, they run out of, how high can eBay ask sellers to promote? I think they've kind of reached the limit for a lot of people. Some people are just like, look, I'm not promoting, or some are like, I'm not promoting beyond this. Like, I'm not promoting beyond 10%. And I think they realize that there's only so much blood they can squeeze out of this turnip. So now they're looking for other ways to maybe make money off of our funds. And that might be sort of like following the Amazon model. Let's hope that's not what happens here. JK says, I truly apologize. I wasn't trying to offend you. I went down a rabbit hole thread on Reddit, and people are saying that thrifting content creators don't care about sales. No, you didn't offend me at all, because I agree with you. I absolutely do agree with you. See, there's two sides of this YouTube coin, and you guys as viewers only see one side of it. You only see the side of things that people want you to see. What you don't see is we have creators out there who could care less about, if you're a fellow creator, they'll smile at you, act like they're your friend, or, like an acquaintance they want to deal with. And when the truth is, if you don't have anything to offer them, then you're just wasting their time.
And there's quite a few.
There are quite a few. And it's that you actually realize, and it sucks. I mean, it just kind of sucks. You'd like to think that certain people are... Now, there's very, very, very genuine people out there that are on YouTube. Like, I'll give you an example. My favorite people in the world, Pete, Craigslist Hunter, he is as genuine as it gets, okay? Just the other day, he reached out to me and said, hey, I got some suggestions for your new format. And I'm like, that's awesome. I mean, look, it's like we're here to help each other out succeed, and
it's
he's not
the
too big
first
to help me
time
out.
that he's
Right.
offered his knowledge. He's very forthcoming and willing to have a conversation, and it's nice.
Right, and he's not too big to try to help someone like me out, and I appreciate that. I know he's helped out Josh a lot with advice and
Well, even John, Grumpy John.
Grumpy John, but he's not really a YouTuber though.
No, he's not a YouTuber, but he's also, even though he makes millions of dollars a year, he is still humble enough and a true, real man that will tell you, hey, I struggled through this, I struggled through that, and here I am today to talk about it. And here's what I did to make changes along the way to better my business. And that was when we sat down and talked with John for the first time. I just wanted to hear him talk about his life. That it's truly genuine people out there that you have to really look and find, because they might seem like they are very transparent on a video of whatever, but in all reality, you send them a message, you will never hear from them. It's very sad.
And or they only reach out when they, like I said,
Or
when
if
they need
want
something from you, or and it's just like, really, okay. And so you play the game behind the scenes. You get along. You try to get along with everyone as best you can, but you see things for how they are, and it's sort of unsettling that it's that way. But just know
we found out the hard way in the very beginning of YouTube who you could go to for questions or to talk to or suggestions, and who not to. Yeah. We learned very quickly.
Onward Squaw says, I called them earlier and was on with eBay for over an hour when the guy finally disconnected the call. Then they updated to a known issue on the boards. I will call tomorrow, 25 cents on all revisions.
Yes, it adds up, like her second comment.
Yeah.
It adds up very quickly.
It does.
So yes, somebody needs to speak out against it.
And the sad thing is, usually when a rep doesn't have an answer for you, they hit the eject button, which is disconnect.
Yep.
Biff says, if a YouTuber has a paid group that's more than a couple of bucks a month, it's a grift. All the common sense advice and reselling info is already out there for free.
Absolutely.
And I agree. That's why we only have ours at $2.99 a month. And even then, I've never been comfortable with it. Let me put it that way. But I do think the benefit, at least for the lives, is you'll never have more than the number of members we have. And generally, it's about 20% of the active members or current members are involved in our live stream. So it keeps it just a very small group of people who are participating, and maybe you're just like, I don't want the world to see my store, and a small group like that, you feel a little bit more comfortable doing that.
It's a little less intimidating to put your business literally out there.
Keith says that if they only holding funds on a private account in UK, not business accounts, unless the account is below average. Yeah, and that makes sense. Look, if you have some shady practices in your business that's setting off, some AI bots at eBay World, and we all know that that's not entirely accurate, but they have a system in place to keep track of potential problem sellers, then I can understand putting someone like that on probation. But even then, like in Primo's case, it's like forever though. I mean, maybe a month or two, but not like for the rest of my account. I don't know. I would probably take that account and put it back as a buyer's account, and then just start over and make a new account if that's what they're going to do. Big Dre says, hello, John, Jen, and Chad. I'm waiting for the cashier to finish serving customers so they can scan my package. Definitely the downside of using USPS drop-off center.
Yeah.
Now, some people just kind of say, I don't want to do it, but I'm just kind of curious. Why don't you have daily pickups for USPS?
Maybe he's not in an area that offers it, because he's in. I think you're in Texas, right? I have a very short memory.
Sure, Keith, I could send you a sticker, but
of course. But wait, no, I'm working on something very special for you, Keith. That your sticker will come in a company with.
These things aren't cheap either, by the way. They have the holographic background. The stickers that I had were just sad.
Oh, they were so pathetic.
They were so sad.
And even
I'm like, I'm not giving these out to my worst enemy. They were that sad. Those are kind of cool. Has the little. I just hope the QR code part works. Has the little QR code where you can go in and subscribe. Biff says, I have an eBay open question. Can they fix combined shipping? It used to work, and now I'm sending up to 10 shipping refunds daily. I hate it. My sellers hate it. So combined shipping, what category, Biff, or do you not want to say?
I have an eBay open. Can they fix combined shipping? That doesn't matter. Combined shipping on everything.
Well, I understand,
I mean,
but it could be categories. I don't know if it works. See, we don't get a lot of people buying multiple items from us. It really doesn't happen.
Not very often, but see, I don't have a problem with combined shipping. I do it when we do have it.
You can do
It's
it!
extremely easy for me. It does bring you to another screen because you have to click something, but
Keith says John is just saying he is wrong because he ran out of tinfoil for his hat. I have 500 feet of tinfoil.
We have plenty of tinfoil.
I've got 500 feet in the kitchen of tinfoil if I need it. The Tampa Bay Picker says, hit the like and made my sale. That's awesome. Love to hear that. Honor Squad mailed a vinyl today. Yeah, vinyl.
So did Keith.
It's not something that I'm actively looking for right now, but I'm not against it. She is. I'm not against it if it's done right. If I buy the right lot.
I'm not against it if it is done correctly and if they are not inappropriate. What is the word? Inappropriately. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but if they are like ones that are going to make money, I don't want to sell $10 vinyls and get $5. Like, that's not worth my time on the shipping, period.
Yeah, and you gotta get the mailers or some way, like a couple pieces of cardboard and put them in between.
Yeah,
and
I do have a method that I do, which is fairly easy, but I don't want to see vinyls just sit around and collect dust.
Biff says vinyl is far from dead, but you have to know the category like anything, just like you can't sell any old pair of shoes or any old book. Yeah. Jersey Jane says holding the money and incentivizes prompt shipping, great for buyers. I can see that.
Yeah, and I do agree with that wholeheartedly. You know, as a buyer, of course it would benefit you to get it out right away.
How about this though? How about if you don't have same day shipping? I'm not trying to give eBay ideas, but rather than just put it on all sellers and do this to everyone, maybe say treat it like the way you treat Top Rated Plus. If you offer with Top Rated Plus free returns on that listing, you get 10% of your fees back, right? Well, if they're going to make such a change, look at it like if you are same day, then, or maybe even 1 day handling, you're exempt from this change. If you're going to do 3, 4, 5 days, then it's going to put a hold on that. And maybe that'll incentivize people to change to same day or 1 day shipping. Joe says, run a poll. Which fast food joint is more disgusting, KFC or Popeyes?
Oh, gosh.
You guys really want that
poll? That is
poll?
really a fight for...
That's not even a poll.
Yes, it is.
Wait, I can't get to the poll.
You can.
It's not. I can't do it. It's down too far. Hold on. I get it. Here we go. Okay, so you want to know, poll. That's a yes or no.
Which one is more disgusting?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I mean, I say they're equally disgusting, but that's just me.
Food restaurant. Bear with me, you guys. Is more disgusting.
I don't know that there is a Popeyes in Australia, though. So I think his only Duncan's only option is KFC.
I don't think it's going to, let's see, KFC? Okay. Didn't think it was going to let me change it. Okay, so there's your poll. We're sending the poll out. There you go. Go ahead and place your vote.
because they're both.
No. It's not even close.
No.
KFC is
They're
more
both
disgusting.
gross.
No. Popeyes is wonderful. Popeyes is great. Brenda says, the notifications are annoying. My phone is constantly going off with all types of notifications. Well, that's good, though, if you're dealing with eBay sales notifications, right? Wolfman's Goody says, awesome show, and howdy, everyone.
Well,
nice to see you, Wolfman.
Howdy.
And we got Todd with the super chat. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Says resellers are pretty much better than politicians.
Oh, yeah. Anybody's better than politicians.
Yeah, but some can be... Man, they have that smiley face. They make you feel good about watching, and and they just, it's. I'm not going to go into it because I'm not going to go into it because it's the sad part of YouTube that I wish we could change. But you know what? People are going to be who they show you, who they want you to see, and you're not going to see transparency from everyone. Is there someone at the door or something?
No, it's my sign that's in
okay.
the window.
Central Iowa Picker says, become a member the other day. Thanks for the info. Well, you're welcome, Central Iowa Picker. Nice to see you, and thank you for being a member.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got...
Okay. From Keith, he has sent a couple of memberships, and...
Yay! So Glenn Cameron... Wait, no.
Glenn's already got it.
There it is. Brando B. and Hilton Page.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you, Keith,
welcome to the channel, and I put a members only video out today. It's not reselling related.
It's funny though.
But it's about a 15-20 minute video of just what I did with this
one part
weekend.
in there. I'm like, I can't believe you left that in.
What? The streaker?
No.
Oh.
It's the later part when you're at the end of the video and you said, cut that out, John.
I did leave that in there?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I started dying.
JK, I'm in the U.S. in very good standing with eBay, and on June 13th, I got an email that says, changes to how you will get paid on eBay. We're making changes to the way we process payments on eBay. Oh.
Did you get that email?
No.
Well,
I would have
noticed
noticed
it.
it.
Because you can't, don't check them.
I mean, I get people that are sending me messages. I got 2 buyer messages, but from eBay...
He said he got it on June 13th.
June 13th? That's a while back, but I'm looking... I don't see anything.
It wouldn't, because how do you see anything when you're going
Because I'm going to the date, June 13th. That's when he said he got it, right? No, nothing on June 13th from eBay. So,
well,
I don't know. We'll find out in about a week. A little bit more than a week. We'll find out at eBay Open, hopefully. JK says, going forward, we'll make your funds available for payout 72 hours after we've confirmed delivery of the item. Till then, you'll see a hold on your funds.
72 hours?
Wow. Well, it's not everyone, apparently, because that would have been...
that's not ongoing.
That would have been a topic already if everyone would have received that message.
That's ridiculous.
Christopher Nutter says, I used to do USPS pickup. They cry too much when they get 25 plus packages on a Monday.
Hey, our guy
what did Sal say?
I said, I've got 2 large bags and then 3 that don't fit. And then the one bag was so heavy, and I said, beware. I said, that bag is extremely heavy. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. I think we
can't do that to him no more.
I know.
Go half bag on those.
I know.
I feel bad for him.
It's
110 degrees out, and the man's being asked to lug.
110.
It's pretty hot out there. Flip over the trailer says, hi all, how much for a sticker, John? I'd like to add it to my wall of stickers. I don't know. I don't know. I've got to figure this out. I'm not trying to charge. I don't want to sell these stickers.
We just got them in, so let us figure out how we're going to get these to you guys.
I almost like to think that, if you're a member, we might have to get you those members who,
yes.
Because I feel like, they're paying $2.99 a month. Yeah, we give a little extra, little bonus content in the members only lives. But I'd like to be able to make sure that these are in their hands.
We're gonna figure out how to get it to you.
Here is, what is this? This is the technical community board. What is this, Keith?
eBay UK.
Yeah, eBay UK. What am I not seeing here? It's loading, so we'll find out. Oh, the technical issues board.
Clear cache cookies and try a new browser.
What are you looking at?
That.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's if you have technical issues, but
Problem issuing refund after buyer can't.
well, that's just
Oh, maybe it's this.
yeah. There's a lot of problems.
There's a lot of information in there, so
yeah.
if you guys want to read,
And that's the UK board though. So, let's see, Christopher. They cry about doing their job. Yes, they do. Some of them do. Now,
Some
if
of
you have a
them
good
do.
carrier, they're like,
Yeah.
no problem. They're like, no problem. I mean, I'll take the stuff out and help him load it into his truck because I feel bad that he's doing it and other carriers are literally running away from the doorbell.
Yeah.
Charles McBride said it's called a general fee.
Charles, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a little bit.
And Glenn got two sales back to back.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Big Dre says I had time to eat a spicy chicken sandwich and drink an iced coffee, but I'm leaving now. Never used to pick up because my dog would scare off a postman and they would refuse to drop it off, but the dog died.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Well,
Poor
but now
dog.
it's time to go back in and
Yeah. How about you
put
make
in a
it
6 month.
easier on yourself?
Go through the little calendar on the USPS website to request a pickup, whatever days that you want them to pick up, and schedule it out for 6 months and see how it works out.
Because quite honestly, since we stopped the pickups for FedEx because of the whole discounted whatever thing, it's been a pain in the ass, to be quite frank. I literally on Thursday, I had to run errands, plus I had to go to FedEx to drop off. So it's really a pain in the neck. So hopefully we get this all situated to where they're going to start picking up again, because it is so nice to not have to go fight that kind of a battle. I mean, honestly, our post office is a battle zone. There's lines out the doors because they made it, not only is it just for mail, but it's a bill pay place. So people go in to pay their bills and that line is out the door and it's ridiculous. So I will not be sad when they start to pick up again.
Let's see. Fair Market Flip says whichever has more items is more disgusting between KFC and Popeyes. I think that whoever's more items would be KFC if I had to guess. But I'd say Popeyes is wonderful. I love their food.
Does Popeyes have a bowl?
They have, and you're gonna make me want Popeyes for dinner now.
We have a coupon.
Well, I don't care. I don't
I
care.
want to look at it. Don't tap my fingers.
There's not the time for that. Charles McBride says KFC has great coleslaw. I cannot stand coleslaw. That's just me though. OnResponse says John, it's delivery notifications, not sale notifications. I like those.
Delivery notifications is what she's saying she's getting.
How do you turn those off? Should be somewhere in your business policies.
She said she likes them. She doesn't want to turn them off.
No. It's delivery notifications, not the sale notifications. She does not like the delivery notifications. She likes the sale notifications. I think we all do. I don't think there's a soul that's out there that doesn't like that. But you shouldn't be getting those by default.
They don't have a bowl, so I don't like them anymore.
You're looking at coupons on a menu. We'll look at that later. Dixie Flipper says, hi, John and Jenna. Nice to see you. And
hello.
Yeah, nice to see you. Being a stranger nowadays. Come and hang out with us more often. JK says, I also don't do a massive amount of sales compared to big sellers. Approximately $10,000 to $13,000 a month.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of where we were at normally. I mean, other than this summer has been really strong. Spam says our hold is 72 hours after delivery for every sale now, all because we had a sale that was much larger than our average sale price.
Wow.
Yeah, but if they're doing that to everyone, maybe they're just using that as an excuse to say you're in the first group of people that are.
Yeah, that's some BS.
Big Dre says today is mandatory for me, so I'll be working 5 days instead of 4, which is annoying, but it's the job.
Yep.
Susan,
Boy, do we know that.
Yep. Susan says, "Hi everyone. What do you think about getting an eBay bumper sticker for your car to help eBay advertise?" I think that's. I wouldn't put it on my car.
No.
I wouldn't put it on my car. See, eBay. Are they offering you bumper stickers
I'm just
for this?
totally against putting anything on your car that is personal. So if it's going to your business, like a link to your business, I think that it's yes, you on the face of it, it sounds like a great advertisement, but I think you would bring in too many people that live around. Just call me a skeptic, call me I'm a scaredy cat, whatever, but I don't want people following me around in my town, and I don't want weirdos coming to my business page if they're not there to actually do business. It's just like when those people put the stick figure families on their car, they're advertising how many children there are, and with all the child trafficking that's going on, absolutely not.
I just look at it as that's eBay's job, not ours.
Yeah.
We pay them all these fees because they are to build a platform that's functional. I guess we can all kind of debate about that, but it's functional enough, and they need to provide traffic. That's their job.
Yeah.
They shouldn't push that on the seller saying, hey, would you put this on your vehicle?
Yeah.
And so if they do that at eBay Open, I'm going to be like, well, I'll take it and maybe pass it on to somebody who, at a member giveaway, is to do something. We're going to have some coming up, by the way.
We have eBay stickers that are, I put them on packages sometimes, depending on what it is or
You're
whatever.
going to put a bumper sticker on a package?
It's not a bumper sticker.
No,
it's
but
a sticker.
I'm saying if they gave us a bumper sticker and said, hey, put this on your car to help promote eBay,
No.
I would put it on a package before I put it on my car.
No, it would probably go up on this wall.
Susan says, hi, everyone. What do you think? Okay, I read that one. Jovial says, someone must have quit or got canned at my local post office.
Uh-oh.
Thought it was bad for my Saturday pickup. Sits in the post office till Monday. Now it's Friday. So someone might have got canned. Keith says,
That's
convert
not
to
good.
business account. If you're in good standing, you can request payouts whenever. We have ours weekly, but I think in the U.S., it doesn't matter if it's personal or business. You can request a payout. Jovial says, how is it okay for a package to sit at the post office for 60 hours? It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay for the post office to say it's delivered when it doesn't get delivered until tomorrow, which happens a lot.
That happens to us a lot.
Time to sell collectibles. My only Chick-fil-A does it right, but I do hate their lines. I think Chick-fil-A's overrated. They're just overrated.
I mean,
to me.
I like Chick-fil-A, but it's not none of those places are top choice for me.
Casey New York says, I started getting delivery notifications today and also a shipping notification for an item I dropped off at the post office today. That's interesting. Maybe it's a change. Maybe it's a change that they're implementing. But
I mean,
I don't want to know.
any notifications.
I don't want to know.
anything.
I don't want to know about the packages that we're shipping out. If there's a problem, the buyer will reach out and open an item not received, or at least say, hey, where's my item? Keith says, to turn off delivery notifications on eBay, navigate to your communication preferences within your eBay account settings, either on the website or in the app, and adjust your notification settings for items posted and received. There you go. Thank you, Keith. That Dibdit golf guy, 72 hours after delivery is SOP on Sideline Swap sports resale platform. If the buyer receives positive feedback,
If the buyer leaves
positive feedback before the 72 hours, they make the money available. About a quarter of the buyers act promptly. Let's just hope that that's not a model that they're adapting. Dave Harrington says, sup, party people. I've been getting the delivery notifications too. Glad to hear it's not only me. Thought I changed something by accident.
You know what? All of our shipping goes through my shop app as notifications. Like if I were to look at that, I've already cleared it 4 times.
Is that
today.
an eBay package?
Yes, they're all
Oh,
eBay
boy.
packages, and it's very annoying.
So, Dave, you had an ASD. ASD.
Oh.
Yeah, he's at ASD here in
Oh,
Vegas.
he is
yeah.
down here.
So how's ASD? Spam says, we're just dealing with it. We have spoken with several customer service reps and were recently told that there is no way to change it. The rep was kind but couldn't do anything. And a lot of the reps are handcuffed anyway. They aren't given the authority to do anything anyway. But if eBay is making the transition to where this is just the way it's going to be, then maybe that's why they're not changing it back. They're just like, you're in the first wave. Keith says they're rolling out it in the U.S. to hold payments till after delivery for private accounts or personal sellers. We'll find out, I guess. Duncan says, I don't think eBay will hold payments on an account like mine 48,000 items sold and top-rated business account.
Yeah.
We'll find. That's gonna be
hope
one of the
not.
questions that I ask, so we'll get an
Let's
answer
hope
to it. Now, as far as the poll, what are we at? Which fast food restaurant is more disgusting, KFC or Popeyes? It's KFC by a mile. 63%
Oh my gosh.
say that KFC is more disgusting than Popeyes. I tend to agree with that sentiment.
Bojangles. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We had the worst food.
We've only been there once, and we're like, yeah,
and
this isn't very good.
Never again.
Duncan says he can do it.
You can do it!
He can do it. He loves KFC. Australia.
Brian S. says shipped Connecticut to Washington State, and the package is lost in transit up in Alaska.
What?
Can't even refund the buyer through his case. 38-minute phone call, got nowhere. Buyer leaves 80% negative feedbacks.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, are his negative feedbacks because of late shipping?
Here's the
or
good news.
Delivery?
Here's the good news. There's a section when you dispute the feedback that it's, I believe one of them is, they left feedback due to something out of your control. That is 100% out of your control.
Yeah.
If you shipped it on time within your handling and it's late getting there, you're not even going to get a late. This is something that should never be counted against you, and the feedback should be removed. So I would fight that if it happens.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Duncan loves his KFC burgers. Dave Harrington says, "No, I'm home now. Had to get out of there. Too hot for me." So you're there over the weekend then, but they only had it on Sunday.
They started it on Sunday.
On Sunday, right? But as far as a weekend, that's the only time he could have gone. Brian S says, "I'm away for a while. Too much BS."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do have the ability to comment on that if that's where that buyer goes.
JK says, "I only sell 5 to 8 things a month, so it's really annoying when they hold my funds. eBay sells way more than Etsy for me."
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spam says, "We were told even if we changed to business, the hold would follow. We are 2 rated in all metrics, or top rated in all metrics. But I would say what you want to do is just go ahead and keep that as a buyer's account and go back and create a new seller's account. It sucks to have 0 feedback. Build it up to over 10 and then start selling on that account and just build it up, because at least with that account, they'll hold it initially, but as you build it up, it'll convert over. Now, if the plan is for them to make this change for everyone, then maybe it doesn't matter at this point. JK says, which one is worse customer service, KFC or Popeyes? Popeyes in my neighborhood has a 1.7 star rating.
Yeah, we had the KFC down the street from us. They have like a 1. It's really bad.
Look, as long as my food is clean.
You don't know that though. They put on there's no way to present that to be looking any worse than it already does.
Duncan says, "Yeah, the payments holds, which should not affect top-rated business accounts." Okay, let's hope that.
Yeah.
Brian says he seems to hate everything he's ordered. I'm going to have his Facebook removed for sure. Feedback removed for sure. We can have his Facebook removed while you're at it. I opened the USPS case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, what, communication is what it is. I mean, if you communicate with your buyer and don't let them feel like they're hanging and waiting for, some of us don't want to deal with buyers and communicate with them, but it goes a long way to avoiding that kind of thing. And just say, look, we shipped it on time for whatever reason. USPS has it up in Alaska.
Yeah.
Let's keep monitoring it. If it's not here by this date, go ahead and open an item not received, so we can work on getting your money.
Why it would go to Alaska?
If you happen to give them a refund because the item not received case was opened, and then you refund them by the date they give you, the deadline they give you, then you can go back to eBay and get your money back. It's every time that's happened to me, they've made me whole. So Duncan's got $575 in sales. That's awesome. So I think, and we got a little sidebar action. Duncan says it's sad KFC sucks in America. You know what? They have different KFCs. So like even Iran has a KFC. Believe it or not, some guy watched traveling around the world to places you're not supposed to go apparently, and he went to Iran like last year, and they have a KFC, and he's like, this chicken sandwich is better than any chicken sandwich I've eaten in my life. But it's like, okay, that's not the actual real KFC. But yeah, they have them all over the world, and I guess some are better than others. But U.S. KFCs, they're probably not as good as the other ones around. Because we're allowed to have crap in our food, and until they fix that, it's not going to be any different. So
we probably won't see the full extent of that until like 2027.
But I don't know I'm going back to McDonald's, only because they did this thing where they showed like a Burger King burger. They did a Five Guys burger, and they did a Big Mac, right? And the guy had them all in a bag, their bags they came with, and had them in the bag for a month. And the guy opened up the Burger King burger, and he was like about to just lose it. And the Five Guys burger was even worse. It looked disgusting, and he was like getting sick. He opens up the McDonald's bag, and
it looked
like the one that he just bought.
When he just bought it.
It did not.
No mold.
Didn't smell.
No soft. No, nothing. It looked like
How does that happen? Just preservatives, huh?
I mean, it's just sick.
Let's see. Todd says KFC Iran is cooked by bombs. LOL. Yeah, they're using their nuclear program to cook their chicken.
They no longer have that.
Duncan says no beer during the week. Keith, it could improve your eBay listings.
No, I think Keith he's on the right track. No beer during the week.
No, Brian, not around at all. I'm glad that you're here in the chat and talking with us. Shipped it July 17th. Rant over. I'll just be here listening now. Thank you for your responses. No. If you have any other questions or anything to say, we're here. For a little while. Honor Squaw says, I had a reel-to-reel destroyed or otherwise determined undeliverable. Used media mail, so had to refund, and I'm just out of luck. Media mail not insured, no case allowed. That's
dumb.
I would say, look, if it's something that has value, I know it's better to ship a lot of the media by media mail. You'll save like $1 or $2 as compared to Grand Advantage. But if it's, let's say, an item that's worth, let's say, create a policy in your mind. If it's an item that's worth $30 or more, ship it the extra $2 Grand Advantage. If it's under $30, you're just taking that chance, right? But if it gets lost, what are you really out? I think a lot of times we think, if something happens with the return or buyer misuses the return system, swaps out your item, or you lose the package or it gets destroyed, you're out. I mean, potentially you're out what you could have made, but in reality, you're only out what you've paid for the item and the shipping, right? So I think it's always a wise thing to try to determine, okay, I'm selling all these items. What is the threshold where I'll pay for extra insurance? What price point am I going to use media mail versus Ground Advantage? And, stick with it. If it's over $30 or whatever, then pay a couple extra bucks and ship it where it's insured. Dave says, I went to McDonald's in Spain and the restaurant was amazing and served beer. That's awesome.
Wow.
Gail says, best KFC I've ever had was in Iceland.
Iceland? KFC?
Duncan VR says, I once ate at Hungry Jack's. They forgot to cook the meat. It was still frozen.
Oh, no.
You know what Hungry Jack's is, right? That's Australian's Burger King. And then in McDonald's in Australia is known as Macca's. They're not called McDonald's. They're called Macca's. Honor Squaw says, I miss McDonald's. Haven't had it in such a long time.
You're not missing
You're not missing anything.
Nothing. After what we watched.
The only thing you're missing is maybe an extra bowel movement. Jovial says, does that mean we will live forever if we keep eating McDonald's with all those preservatives?
Well, there's
something. We'd be mummified by the time we're 90.
Yeah.
David says, never will I go to McDonald's after being accused of ripping off McD loudly by the manager for using a BOGO coupon.
How is that ripping anybody off?
And look, if you had a legitimate coupon, why do they care? Who cares?
I mean, they take everything so personal.
Duncan says, Keith, not rare. I really wanted frozen meat.
Shut up.
So, guys, I want to thank you for being here. We've been an hour and a half. We're at the end of the comments. I was wrong. I will be wrong in the future, and I will continue to draw conclusions based on things that happen with my account, and I'll continue to share it with you. But, forming conclusions.
He'll Hilton Page is
Oh,
here.
yeah. Awesome, Hilton.
Hilton
Nice to
got
see you.
the membership from Keith. Remember?
There he is. So, welcome, Hilton, and check out the members' lives. For those of you who are members, go and check out some of the content we put out, including the one we put out today.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, you know, it's a little change of pace.
Just, you know, a little disclaimer. There's a few curse words on there.
Be on the lookout for the live tomorrow. 75% chance we have the members only live. We should be able to do it, but we'll see. If something comes up, then I may not be able to, and we'll just push it off to the following week. But guys, figuring out your data and forming conclusions that mold your business is part of the game, and it's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you here very soon.
We love you. Have a great week.
Take care.
All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the things that are within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name was Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name was Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. Let's roll. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name was Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game.